time for our weekly conversation with Stephen Jones here on your home of the Cowboys. And a good afternoon, sir. How the heck are you?
Doing good, guys. Hope you're having a good afternoon.
We are. You know, we're vibing with our community. We're just having a great time out here. And I know you guys are getting ready to go to Pittsburgh. How do you like going out there? It's a pretty neat and historic matchup, isn't it?
Absolutely. And we all know how far the Steelers go back, way before even our family had the football team, and all the great battles that went on there. And then, of course, we've had our share of them with the Steelers, and obviously got us one of our Super Bowls when we played against them. They're, one of the winningest organizations, period. And actually, it's an honor. I serve on the competition committee with Coach Tomlin. I think he may be the longest tenured head coach in the league right now, and that doesn't happen by accident. All he does is put out winners year in and year out. And every time you go against a Mike Tomlin coach football team, you better have your gear strapped on and ready to play. They're physical, they're well coached, and they'll be a big challenge for us, obviously, there on the road in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, what's been their secret? I mean, even post-Ben Roethlisberger, they've had a lot of quarterbacks that might not match up with others, but they just keep their streak going of winning seasons and making the playoffs.
Yeah, they're just, I say consistency. Obviously, consistency winning, but, they're running their same defense I think they ran before we got in the league with them. And, they tweak it, don't get me wrong. Coach Tomlin's one of the great defensive minds in this game, well aware he got brought up under Monty Kiffin and Rod Marinelli, and we were obviously very familiar with that group. But, they're just consistent, the way they play defense, the way they're physical. They just play winning caliber football and do things on a consistent basis to where they're able to put a winning product on the field year in and year out, and obviously along the way have gotten their share of Super Bowl championships.
Now, how confident are you that your defense can be good enough here without Mike and Tank for the first time?
Yeah, I mean, obviously that's a challenge, but all 32 in the NFL have the same challenges. And people have injuries. They've got to work through them. And, you hope you put together your roster good enough and that you can overcome that. I mean, obviously, when you're missing two of your best rushers, you got to then go, you got to count on your scheme. Feel very comfortable with Mike. And certainly we made a big jump against the Giants, and in terms of improving our defense. And I know Michael, talking to him this week, going to have some things up his sleeve in terms of ways to be productive against this very physical offense that we're going to go against.
Does Trey Lance give quite the look as the Justin Fields character during the week, or similar to like with the Lamar Jackson week? Is he the one taking on that role?
Yeah, he's Trey's a team player. He wants to give great looks. He wants to keep getting better every week. And, I might, as good as Fields is, I might give Trey the athletic nod on speed and that type of thing. But obviously Fields is a hell of an athlete and doing a great job for them this year in terms of winning football games. And Coach T's got him playing Steeler football up there. And he'll be a challenge, but Trey has given us a good look.
Stephen, you always say this. I remember working with you. You always say, hey, nobody feels sorry for us with all the injuries and stuff. But what you've gone through at your secondary right now, do you feel like at least you've been able to practice some guys to get ready for game week, whereas maybe against the Giants, some of those corners, you weren't able to get them full reps going into a game, and do you feel better prepared with your backup corners in this football game?
Yeah, we're getting better there, Brian. I mean, Carson's coming on, and certainly Bland is right around the corner. I don't know, he's not going to make it this week, but he'll got a real shot to start working back in the next week. And Carson's working through his situation, and we're getting everybody prepared out there. It was nice to have some extra days this week to get prepared, and then of course play a night game to boot there on Sunday night. So certainly gives us an opportunity to prepare more. So, but I do think going forward, our hair is going to be up. We'll have gained a week on Micah and gained another week on Bland, and know we're going to be missing D-Law for a longer period of time. But I do feel like a lot of these guys are going to be back sooner than later, and not in some of those situations that we've been in where, hey, you're not going to see them till next year.
Stephen, and I watch your tape all the time and study you, though. I kind of feel like you're going to be okay with – I really do like Golston, and I really do like Nealon, the way they play the edges with the discipline. And, when you mention having to deal with Fields in a running game with quarterbacks, I kind of feel like you're in some good shape with those two guys.
Well, I think you say it well. They're very disciplined. They're young, so they do exactly what they're told. We all know these great players. What makes them great is sometimes they can make some decisions on the move, and I know these guys will go out and play it just the way Coach Zimmer and Z and everybody wants them to play. So I agree with you there. I think they'll go out and play real disciplined football and have their integrity in their assignments, and then hopefully between Lawson and T. Wheat and what they can help add in terms of some rush, I think, and then some good schemes that Mike hopefully will have ready for him, then we can play good defense against the Steelers. We're certainly going to need that.
Stephen, I love nothing more than when you go poach a player from another team. Can you talk us or walk us through, is it because Coach Z had a little bit of an understanding of Henry as a player? And I know your pro personnel department gets involved in that too, but can you kind of walk us through the decision of going and getting Henry off Cincinnati's practice squad?
Yeah, he's actually a guy we were interested in when Washington waived, and Cincinnati was higher in the claiming deal, and they got him, and then they ended up waiving him and putting him on their practice squad, and we were situated. So, but he's a guy that we were interested in coming out. He went to a big school, Clemson, and did some really good things coming out, and just like we wanted to get our hands on him and see what he could bring to the table here while we're working through, our injuries and, at that position.
I heard Dalvin Cook got some first-team reps in practice this week. Was just curious how you thought he looked.
Yeah, he looks great. He's a professional. He does things the right way. Zim will tell you he's one of the leaders on his team when he was in Minnesota, so no surprises there, and it's just working him in, and he's continuing to get the work. And I know Mike, when he feels it's the right time and the right thing to do for our team, he'll make a decision of when will be right to give him some reps in a game.
It's Stephen Jones here with you on 105.3 The Fan. Looking ahead, I know you guys in the personnel in the front office, scouting department, you're always looking at, where the strengths are in draft classes and whatnot. Is running back one of those spots where you could really use an infusion in the foreseeable future of, some fresh legs?
Yeah, we looked at back hard in this draft. A lot of energy was put into it. It just never fell right for us. And, where the value was there versus the value at another position. And, there were backs throughout the draft that we were saying, this guy keeps falling. He's going to be a guy that would be in serious consideration for the pick. Unfortunately, it was one of those drafts where, the guys that were in consideration for your next pick all ended up getting picked before we had an opportunity to pick or move up to get a player. So, I don't think we made any secret about it before last year's draft. We were interested in the running back position, but just didn't fall right for us. But we'll continue to, in the future, look at that and continue to look at it as we move forward this season. Just as we have Dalvin, went and got Dalvin for our practice squad, we'll always continue to look and see if there's ways to improve.
So, from 2016 through Zeke's second contract, through the tag for Pollard, you guys had put a high value on it. Has anything changed in the overall philosophy or the way you guys look at the importance of running back?
Yeah, I think at some point you have to make tougher decisions as to how you're going to allocate your resources when you start to compare what's out there versus, if we want to allocate resources to keep the quarterback position where we have it with Dak. Obviously, we chose to keep Dak and chose to keep CD for a longer time frame, and obviously have our eye on Micah. And we obviously allocated some serious money to Diggs, and those are all. At some point, you do have to prioritize, but it still doesn't mean we don't. Right situation, right resources, that we certainly wouldn't look hard at the running back position. But we, as I said in last year's draft, we were looking at guys as early as using our second round pick on them, but it just didn't come our way.
Stephen, we were told this week with the Cooks injury or the procedure that the organization knew about it, though. Was this just bad luck in the procedure that led to the infection, or is there any more you can kind of give us some idea about how this all went about?
Well, obviously, we were very aware, and we're all good with, with Brandon doing what he needed to do. He's used his guys before, and we're comfortable with that. And just, obviously, we can't elaborate on anything in terms of the medical, but other than, he's going to miss some games now, and we'll move forward. But there's nothing, I don't think, to add to, other than that.
Stephen Jones here with you on the Fan. In the spirit of our remote today, we were at Southern Leisure. Stephen, what is your favorite leisurely activity?
I would probably say fishing.
Okay.
I really get away nicely and relax when I'm sitting out on a boat and fishing a little bit.
What do you like fishing for?
Usually bass is probably my favorite, but I enjoy any type of fishing.
Well, right on, sir. Best of luck up there in Pittsburgh. As always, give him hell. We'll be pulling for you.
Sounds great, guys.
There he goes.
Have a good weekend.
You too. Stephen Jones here with you on your home of the Cowboys, 105.3 The Fan.